Good morning, friends. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. It is currently freezing cold here in Pennsylvania, but I'm trying really hard to get out every single day and garden for at least 15 minutes. Really more for mental health versus anything else. And so I think in today's video, we're probably going to be doing some garden maintenance in between snowstorms. Even if I can only get out into the garden and do one job a day, I know I'll feel better having gotten out into the garden versus just staying inside all day. So this week I want to try to clean up some catmint, get rid of all the remaining annuals in the raised beds. Mainly I just have those purple hyacinth bean vines to clean up, and I also want to go ahead and do a rejuvenation prune on my yellow twig dogwood. So we'll probably be doing that over the course of many days, even though it'll seem like it's happening really quickly. But before we go and do that, I thought I'd give you a tour of some of the Amaryllis that I have cut here in the library, and we can also head inside and see some more in bloom before we head out into the garden, and I'll get a more practical gardening outfit on for that too. But let me show you these gorgeous Amaryllis first. Now, as you can see, I've left all my Christmas decorations up here in the library, and my idea is to leave up the Christmas decorations until the daffodils start to bloom. And I found this piece of furniture a few days ago at an antique store, and it reminded me of the chest of drawers in Beauty and the Beast that comes to life. I just love the shape of it and the detail. It does have a little chip there, so I'll have to try and fix that, but I just love the detail of the piece, and it even had this beautiful floral paper inside. So I thought it was a great deal. It wasn't too much at the antique store. So right here we have the Always Beautiful Red Pearl. Red Pearl is my favorite dark red amaryllis by far. So beautiful. Just 2 stems of that in an old vase. I'm not even sure where I got that vase from. Then I just have some vases left over from the growing season, just from the dollar store. Right here we have a Quarro. I really like that, and it's very, very similar to Double Nymph, which I have down here. Double Nymph is a little more red. Well, let me pull it away from the window so you can see it better. Here they are side by side. We have Double Nymph right here, and that has the beautiful red streaking. And then we have a Quarro with the raspberry streaking. Let me know which one you like better. I think I do like a Quarro a little bit better. I'll just leave that there for now. Coming down from that, we have Cherry Nymph. Isn't that a beautiful one? Beautiful double red amaryllis, and I just have these in some of our water glasses. And then this one, I'm not sure what it is. It was supposed to be Magical Touch. Then I thought it might be Clown, but I sent it over to Longfield Gardens. They sent it to their Holland supplier, and the Holland supplier said it's definitely not Clown. So if you're able to ID this amaryllis, please let me know, because I would love to know what that one is. What do you think you're doing? Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Spring better come quickly, because I'm running out of toilet paper and paper towels to keep Grace busy. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Excuse me, what about my shoe? Well, that paper towel roll didn't stand a chance against Grace's energy and sharp teeth. I think what I'm going to do is start by cutting back my yellow twig dogwood. Yellow twig dogwoods and red twig dogwoods are generally grown for their colorful stems that really expose themselves during the winter season after the leaves fall. And after a few years, the stem color will kind of dull. And I've even noticed when I take Grace to the park on walks that some of the red twig dogwoods, you can barely tell they're red twig dogwoods because no one's been pruning on them for many, many years. And so almost all the stems are brown, and a few stems are red, brand new shoots from the base. I don't want that to happen to any of my shrubs, and this particular yellow twig dogwood I think is about 8 years old now, and I've never done a rejuvenation prune on it. So I'm going to cut it all the way back to the ground so I really get vibrant, bright yellow stems from it. common for a dogwood to propagate itself via layering. That's when a branch just naturally falls onto the ground and it roots from the stem. And I see that I have a branch right here that has started to root, so I'll pull it up for you so we can see all the roots that it developed. And there we have it. As you can see, Grace is impressed. Go ahead, you can have it. There's another one. Here's what our shrub looks like after that rejuvenation prune. Now this shrub will be easier for me to transplant in the very early spring. I'll also have more vividly colored stems next winter season, and I have tons of cut stems to work into winter containers. Grace and I are taking a lunch and pup cup break, so we decided to come to our favorite coffee drive-through, Latte Love. If you're in the area, definitely stop by this coffee shop. They have the best coffee in all of Lancaster County. Here you go. Grace and I are all coffeed and Cool Whipped up and ready to head back out into the garden. But before we head back out there, I wanted to bring you inside to show you some of the other Amaryllis we have in bloom. So here we have a beautiful new variety to me called Mont Blanc. And I just love when an Amaryllis sends up two stems that flower at the same exact time. It just brings such a beautiful and stately display into our bedroom. I don't know if I can really tell the difference between Denver, White Candle, White Christmas, and Mont Blanc. I thought Mont Blanc was going to have a little bit more green around the edge. To me, it looks just like Denver. Oh, how embarrassing. Do you guys see that chair right out the bedroom window? That's sitting on my husband's greenhouse. We've been having these crazy windstorms with our snowstorms. Down here in the dining room, we have a new one that I've never grown before. It's called Showmaster, and it really looks very similar to Flamenco Queen, which we grew probably 2 or 3 years ago. If you've grown Showmaster and Flamenco Queen, I would love to know what you feel are the differences. I'm not really able to spot any differences. Maybe Flamenco Queen has a little bit greener of a center. That's the only difference that I really notice. Right over here, next to this beautiful drawing in the background, we have Arctic Nymph. Such a great variety. I got 2 stems off that Amaryllis. I think that was a 32 centimeter bulb. Down here we have Double Dream. It's very interesting. This year I got Double Dream from a different supplier and it looks pink. Last year I got it from Amaryllis and Caladium and it was more red. So I'm not sure. Will the real Double Dream please stand up? I don't know which one is the real one. Back behind that we have the always gorgeous Apple Blossom, 1 stem of Aquaro, and over here I have 5 Aquaro bulbs just in this pot that normally lives outside. So I cut a stem here and there, and those are the ones that we saw out in the library. Here in the living room, I think we had a big pot of Magical Touch around Christmas time. Only 2 stems in a vase here, and they're starting to go over. But let me show you, Red Lion is blooming now in this pot. And Gracie and I just love Red Lion, don't we, Grace? Gracie, what's your favorite Amaryllis? What about this one right here? You like Red Lion? She's like, is there a lion outside? I would like to chase it. And then over here in the corner where I think we had Nymph in bloom during the Christmas season, I have Cherry Nymph in bloom. 2 stems of that in an old pot. This is the first time I've ever grown Cherry Nymph, and it's interesting how upward facing it is. But of all the flowers in the house, Grace is definitely the most beautiful. But I think we're both anxious to get back outside. So Grace, what do you say we head outside, try to remove some of that hyacinth bean vine from the trellis, and also cut back all the catmint over in the driveway garden. It's about a week since I shot that footage over in the driveway garden, and right now I'm working on a compilation video where I'm going to showcase a year at my flower stand. I can't believe it, but this year is going to mark 9 years selling cut flowers from this property. And what I would love to do is maybe a roadside flower stand Q&A. That's something that I'm asked about a lot, and I think it probably requires its own video. I've talked a lot about growing flowers, succession planting, and how I plan my flower schedule, but I don't think I've talked in great detail about the positives and negatives of selling roadside and just some lessons that I've learned over the last 9 years. So if you have any questions about starting a roadside flower stand, I would love to answer as many as possible. I definitely am not an expert, but I am very happy and willing to share things that have happened to me in the past. As you can probably hear in my voice, I'm freezing cold right now. So I want to wish you a wonderful day out there in your gardens or cozied up next to some amaryllis, and I'll see you sometime soon to talk about roadside flower stands. Bye, friends.